Hello all, welcome to Rupa's online tutorials. Tomorrow is your exam and all the best to you for doing well in tomorrow's computer science exam. I think most of you would have solved this paper, the model paper which is given by the second PU board. And in my previous video, I discussed about the blueprint. And in this video, as a last minute revision, I'm going to just solve this paper quickly as a last minute revision for you all. So let us begin this. So if you observe here, this is the model paper, the new model paper given by the Karnataka board. The first 15 questions are MCQ. 4 choices are given to you and you are supposed to select one of these choices. The first question here is, which among the following is the fastest memory in the computer? Okay, the fastest memory, we all know that it is the cache memory. Okay, the fastest memory is the cache memory. The other name for Boolean algebra is switching algebra. The other name for NOT gate is inverter gate. The data structure that allows the insertion as well as deletion from both ends. So both ends if you get, so this is the Q data structure. So insertion happens from this end and deletion happens from the other end. So it is a queue data structure because it's a DQ they've asked. So insertion and deletion can happen from both ends. So it is a DQ data structure. What is the other name used for functions inside the class? It is member functions. If they ask you what is the other name used for variables inside the class, mark it as member variables. Okay, don't go for this option, class functions and class variables. Functions cannot be overloaded when number of parameters are same. That means always remember in function overloading, you will have the same name as the function name will be same, but only the number of parameters will be different. Void print int a, and again you can have two integer variables here. So you can simply write here as int a, comma, int b. Okay, and then the symbol used with constructor. So this question itself is wrong. It is destructor. Such questions you please attempt because they give you grace marks. So with destructor, it is the tilde symbol, the sleeping S which you see, the tilde symbol. This is called as a tilde symbol. Okay. Ampersand is for assigning, initializing the value to the pointer. Okay. Base class is again here there's a confusion with these answers, main class and first class. Okay, now here what they mean by first class, we don't know whether it is first class, second class, or the first class that you find in inheritance. So always remember base class is also known as super class or parent class. Okay, there are three names for base class. Similarly, for the derived class, you have as derived class, then you have subclass and child class. So there are three names here. Next, what is the correct way to declare a pointer? Declaration is always int star ptr. Dash is called information. Information comes, please write process data. Raw fact here is nothing but data. Okay, SQL is structured language. FTP stands for file transfer protocol, and which is not the type of network. So type of network here, I think there is a mistake again here in printing. Should have been WAN. Okay, LAN, WAN and WAN are the three types of network. So the answer here is PAN. A software and coding which is freely available. So both if they give software and coding, mark it as open source software. HTML stands for hypertext markup language. And then here fill in the blanks comes only from chapter 13. So we can just go through the 1 mark questions of chapter 13. Collection of rows and columns is called as table. Dash is a collection of interrelated data. So this is first one is table. Interrelated data is database. And then data duplication is called as redundancy. Okay. Data, okay. Validation is correctness of data. Integrity is correctness of data. Dash is a software for creating and managing databases. So here, this question they asked you this software, DBMS. One of the other papers I saw, it was like example for DBMS, Oracle, SQL, etc. Protection of data is called as security. Okay, protection means security. Now coming to this, prove this involution law. So you have the law like this, x double bar is equal to x. So it's very easy. So you just draw a table, mark here x, x bar, and then x double bar. Okay, and then you put the values. It can take only two values, 0 and 1, and this also should be same. X double bar equal to x means this has to be same. We have to prove that. Write it as it is. Here x bar we all know the opposite of it. 0 is 1, 1 is 0. Okay, theorem is proved. Next, define tautology and fallacy. See, tautology and fallacy, please write the logical statements in an expression. Okay, the logical statements in an expression is always true or 1. It is called as tautology. So if there is T here, remember it is true. If it is fallacy, is F is there for fallacy, so it is false or 0. Okay, true or 1, false. Next one, what is encapsulation? Wrapping up of data and functions into a single unit. So data and functions into a single unit is called encapsulation. Example, you can give it as class, student, anything like that. Next one, what is a destructor? Destructor is nothing but to destroy the objects of the class. You use a destructor. And give an example for destructor. Very simple. Put a tilde symbol, put a name of a class, put two brackets and a semicolon. It's a 2-mark question, so you will not go into detail. Mention two functions of IF stream class. See, IF stream, OF stream class functions are important. If you get IF stream, please write the get and get line function. Get will take a single character and get line will take the entire line. Okay, and read also you can write IF stream class. And then for OF stream class, you will have to write put and write. So IF stream is get and get line, and OF stream is put and write. Okay, you have put and write. So next one is mention given into advantages of database system. We can write about databases, security, data security, then data integrity, data redundancy. All these are advantages and features of database system. Give the syntax and example for insert command. Insert into table name, values, and then you can just write the value, the column name. So simple example would be just to know the example and then convert it into your syntax. Next one, briefly explain circuit switching. So it's a dedicated switching between 2 points. It's like a telephone line. The next one, part C, briefly explain any 3 types of motherboard. So you can have 3 types of motherboard here: XT motherboard, AT motherboard, and ATX motherboard. So XT motherboard stands for Extended Technology Motherboard. It's an old motherboard. Example, Pentium 1. Some 3 points you write. AT motherboard stands for Advanced Technology Motherboard. It consists SDRAM slots. Example, Pentium 3, Pentium 4. ATX motherboard stands for Advanced Technology Extended Motherboard. It has a DDR RAM slot, and example i3, i4, i5, i7, etc. Not i5, sorry, i3, i5, i7. Okay, next one, write the logic diagram and truth table for XOR gate. So here again XOR gate it is. So we know that what is OR gate. We all know the OR symbol. So you need to look at, these are all derived gates. So it's coming from the derived gates. So here I have the symbol for OR gate. This is the symbol for OR gate, right? So I have here A and B. The question here is XOR gate. So draw one more curve here between this, and then you write here A plus B. Okay, and then you have the truth table for this. So write we have written A, B here. And give any variable name you want. So A plus B. So then you write here 0, 0, 1, 1. Okay, and then we have 0, 1, 0, 1. So now it is normal addition. You can do 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 0, 1. The last when there are 2 ones, please remember to put 0. Another way to remember is if both the are same variables, okay, that is 0, 0. When the values are same as 0, 0 and 1, 1. If they are same, then you put the value as 0. So this is the logic symbol and truth table of XOR gate. The next one, memory representation of a stack data structure. You can just say stack is a LIFO data structure, last in, first out. And the insertion and deletion of a stack happens at the same end. And a stack is can be represented by an array. And just give an example of an array like this. Okay. Or a better way of representing a stack. Sorry. A better way of representing the stack will be like, you can vertically you can draw. So you can draw a stack like this. Okay, then you can just show an arrow for inserting element in a stack. Removing both happens at the same end of the stack called the top of the stack. And you can just name the stack like this 0, 1, 2 and put some values here. So it's a 3-mark question. So you can write it like that. The next one, next question here. Mention 3 advantages of pointers. So you can say is a dynamic allocation of memory, dynamic deallocation of memory, easy to manage the hardware components, memory wastage doesn't happen. So all these are general best things which you can write about pointers. Next is what is a data file? Data file is a unit, a basic unit of storage in the system. Differentiate between text and binary files. Text file you can just write the text file as it contains the ASCII values. ASCII values are nothing but the keyboard characters. And binary file is this. It stores the information the same format as in memory. And here EOL is required. Here no end of line is required. Okay. So this is the main difference. Go through that. It is chapter 12. Okay. Text and binary file is from chapter 12. This is from chapter 11. And this is chapter 1. Okay, and then what is the meaning of 3 components of ER diagram? This is also another one common question. This is a common question again. So components of ER diagram, you can draw this, this is an attribute or field. This is known as an ellipse. This is a entity. And then this is a relationship. Okay. So these are the 3 things. And then you have explain 3 table tags. Okay. What is e-commerce? E-commerce is nothing but buying and selling of goods on the internet. Then there are one type only they have asked you. So you can write B2B, business to business. When the services happen between 2 business, you have B2B e-commerce. B2C is business to consumer. B2B example you can give ebay.com. Then B2C is when the services is between the business and consumer. For example, Amazon. Okay, they are having a business and we are buying from them as consumers. And then you have C2C between the 2 consumers. So for example, OLX.com where the consumers can buy and sell the goods. Next one. For the last minute readers, please go through these chapters 1, 11, 12, 16 and 17. They are easy chapters. Mainly here e-commerce services will be asked. Services, e-commerce services is electronic mail, email, electronic fund transfer, and then one more is you can give banking. All these are services provided by e-commerce. So mainly here types of e-commerce, advantages of e-commerce and services of e-commerce. 3 questions are there. One will definitely come. Explain any 3 table tags in HTML. This is again from your practicals. So table tags are TR, TD and TH. Okay. TR stands for table row. Then TD stands for table data and TH stands for table heading. Okay. The next one, part D. Part D is quite huge. So I may not be able to cover everything. But yes, quickly I'll just tell you the chapters. K-map, mostly it is only SOP form. So please practice that. I've made a video on K-map in my channel. You can go through that. 5 operations on primitive data structures. There are only 4 operations. Write all that. They'll give you 5 marks. Create, to create a data structure. For example, int A. Update is to change something in the data structure. For example, int A is equal to 10. Then you say A is equal to 20. This is update. Create means you are just writing to create a data structure. Then you have select data from the data structure. Destroy, to remove the data from the data structure. Simple sentences. Non-primitive data structures is asked. Please write about searching, sorting, merging, all those things. searching, sorting, merging, traversing. Okay, that is non-primitive data structures, linear data structures, arrays, all have the same answers, linked lists. Write an algorithm to delete a data element. Yes, that's again, you have to look at your textbook. Delete, insert element, delete element, binary search. Binary search is important. Go through all these questions, all the algorithms. Difference between POP and OOP. So again, POP is importance is given to functions, whereas here importance is given to data. Okay, and this is top-down approach. This is bottom-up approach. No access specifiers. Access specifiers are found. No class. Here again class is found. Okay, so there are a set of direct answers in your book. Go through them. Explain member function inside the class. So in member function inside the class means you're simply defining the member function inside the class. Okay, and you can write this example. You would have read already some example. Please just stick on to that. Don't get yourself confused. Otherwise, those who have not studied anything, I have some of my students who say that, I have not studied anything till now. Okay, so for them, dedicated to them. Okay, some guys are there who are too cool. So you can just declare a variable here int n, and then you need to define a function inside the class. So you write a function here. Okay, void display, two brackets, open the brackets. Then you just say cout less than n. You will fetch some marks here. Next one is, you finish this. What is a friend function? Mention the characteristics of a friend function. So friend function is to access the the private and protected members of another class, right? And characteristics, another 5 characteristics are given. Okay, please go through that again. It is there in your along with function overloading. This is that. What is parameterized constructor? Constructor with arguments are known as parameterized constructors. Okay, so example, you can give any example you want, and then they asked you the characteristics of advantages of parameterized constructors. So parameterized constructors main advantages, different values can be given for the data members. Then they can be overloaded, and parameterized constructors can be overloaded. Then default arguments can be given to the parameterized constructors. Next one, if you want an example for that, I can give you. You can just write class num. Remember, always constructors should be in the public section, and then you write the same name as the class name. But here you can just give one variable here for this parameterized constructor. I'll just write it as int a, and then I write here something int b, and then we just write a is equal to b. So this is an example for parameterized constructor. Next one, what is inheritance? Two types of inheritance. Again, this is an important question. Ability of a class to give its properties to another class is known as inheritance. Any two types. There are 5 types actually. You have single level inheritance, where you have one base class and one derived class. Okay, please learn it completely. I'm just telling briefly here. This is single level. Multi-level inheritance is you have one base class, you derive one more base class, and you can again derive one more base class. This is multi-level. Okay, this is multi-level. And then in multiple inheritance, you have more than one base class. So means there are 2 base classes here. Okay, base 1, base 2, and then you will derive one class. This is multiple base class. And hybrid is a combination of 2 types of inheritance. Okay, and hierarchical is you have one base class, and from that you can have n number of derived classes like this. So go through this chapter 10. There are only 2 questions: advantages of inheritance and types of inheritance. And they may ask you example single level and explain single level inheritance with the example. So that program you should go through from your practicals. Next one, differentiate between electronic and manual. This is also easy. Electronic data processing, please remember that it is between the paper. When you write some data on a paper, and when you are writing the paper, some data on the computer, when you're going to store the data in the computer, what will be the difference? Okay, so mainly in manual, the volume of data is less. Okay, whereas the volume of data is the volume of data processed is less, and here in electronic it is more, and then the accuracy is less, here accuracy is more, speed is less, speed is more. There's a set of answers there. In chapter 13 you will find this answer, direct answer with a table. Please go through it, it's important. Then explain, create and update command in SQL. Again, this is a practical question, so go through the syntax and example. Then you have SMS. SMS is what? Subscriber module, so short message services. So it's there on your phone. And email is electronic mail, to send mail from one place to another. Oh, voicemail is by using audio. Chat is again, all of you are famous with your WhatsApp chat. And video conferencing is using the video for your business purposes, for meetings, etc. So this is a simple one which you can write on your own. So I think I've helped you with whatever possible things in the last minute. Anyhow, please do well. Once again, I'll tell you all the best. Keep calm, do well, attempt all the questions, write the correct question number, part number, and once again, wish you all the best for tomorrow's exam. Thank you.